Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put down those old school TV remotes, the corded phones, whatever you have out there that may be old school, because as your source for esports racing comes live, it is a retro night here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We welcome you in live into the Eldora Speedway in Rossburg, Ohio. It is opening night for Team VLR's Throwback Thursday Series. Super late models on tap with all the old school field in the house. Good evening, everybody. Phil the Cassier, Todd Stanton's alongside, Jack Jr. on the controls. It must be a big night because you got the three of us, and what a better old school type of feel, but it doesn't feel quite old school because Todd's on time. What's up, Todd? We ready to rock and roll, partner?
Yeah, definitely here, ready to rock and roll here this evening. Been looking forward to this event. I love the throwback schemes I've seen, and there was 100-plus cars attempted to qualify for this event here tonight, Phil. 100-plus cars, free entry into a VLR series, and it's going to be $50 purse, I believe, is what they were saying here earlier. So I cannot wait to see who is going to come out on top of this one. And these throwback schemes, man, they're on everybody. And don't forget, we also are recording this on VHS.
Now, is this regular, half-inch VHS? Are we going super VHS, or are we going the old, quarter-inch reel stuff?
Well, you remember how you had the recorder in different areas, right, Phil? Different.
Oh, do I ever?
Like HR, there was all kinds of different ones. So you can make it longer. I don't know what we're going to do in this race. I really don't know how many laps it's going to. Well, I know how many laps. I just don't know how long it's going to actually take us here this evening.
Well, do us a favor and break off the old tab in that VHS because you do not want to record over the nonsense that's going to be the Full Velocity Racing Network tonight here live at the Eldora Speedway. Right in the thralls of what I guess you can say, the second round of qualifying these guys have been with over 100 drivers in the house. There were 2 full servers. Only the top 18 drivers in time trials qualified into this main server. So we're scheduled for 36, although I'm not sure all 36 have found their way to the main server. I'm counting 34, potentially 35, but I don't know. We got times going up on the board, and right now it's Kevin Dedman with car number 12, 15.579. That may be the fastest time we've seen in time trials all night long. Track's in great shape.
Yeah, and Kevin Dedman being the top of the board over Dylan Hauser, Blake Majules. So that's going to be rather interesting. They're already rolling into heat race number 1, Phil.
Yes, they are. So let's take a look-see at our Voiles Trucking starting lineup for heat race number 1. 9 cars is going to be on the call. On the pole with car number 77, we find Robert Fletcher, and alongside with number 14, that'll be J.D. Brown. In row number 2 with car number 80 will be Dylan Wilson with the number 12 of Kevin Dedman. Top 4 inverted off qualifying there, so Dedman will start on the outside of row number 2. In row 3, the number 15, the Missile, Mason Crawford starts off 5th with the number 112 of Devin Morgan. Morgan to his outside. Blake Cannon will bring car number 44 out from position number 7 with Barry Sorensen with car number 45. He'll start in 8th and going shotgun on a 9-car field scheduled to be car number 46 of Eric Keller. So they begin to assemble. It is going to be a great night of racing, very fast. 8 laps of these heat races. The top 4 will transfer on into the A main. So lots of laps, lots of cars, and it's going to be a really well and good time. We are glad you're here involved with us here on the Full Velocity Racing Network tonight. If you haven't done so already, like our link out there, share a link. We're Facebook Live and we're YouTube and we're Twitching. I don't think we had online streaming back in the day, but throwback. But hey, you know what? It's 2020. We'll try something. Go back to the Roaring 20s, maybe.
Yeah, definitely going to be rather
New
interesting
wave.
here. Yeah, new wave. And I don't think they had star donations, Phil. I think
They did not.
Donations the whole old way there. Get a canteen out there, maybe play some music, sing some songs, song and dance. I don't know. There's many different ways to make some money on a street corner.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know the methods you take. I don't what you all do up there in upstate New York do. You guys keep that there. We're in the middle of Ohio tonight, so I guess that we shouldn't be talking too loud or too far. As we get our first stars in of the night, Ken Roos, thank you, brother. We certainly appreciate that. I believe it was Ken, or hold on, it was Ken Roos. So it gave me a big old widget screen. Yep, 500 stars. Thank you, Ken. You are the best. We hope you guys will let those things fly all night long because they let us keep our broadcast rates low, keep us very out there high and away. And let's go for the first time tonight under the IRacingIflag.com green flag.
That green flag is out. It looks like 4 will transfer on from these heat races. As Robert Fletcher right now, your race leader in the number 77 machine, the 21 of J.D. Brown running in that second spot. Third is the number 3 of Kevin Dedman. Dedman already up to third. He was tonight's quick time as Dedman trying to work over the bottom side of the speedway here at Eldora Speedway. But the number 21 of Dylan Wilson still running in that second spot.
Wilson doing a heck of a job running in that second spot. As you say, Rob Fletcher doing a great job up front in the 77. He'll lead the way. Look at that awesome looking number 3, Kevin Dedman, running back here in third. Nose and tail, top 3 over in 3.
Top 3 into 3, like you said. Robert Fletcher, Dylan Wilson, Kevin Dedman. Blake Cannon now moves up to the 4th spot, duking it out with the number 112 of Devin Morgan. Morgan down to the bottom, takes that spot back. He's on the bubble, but Cannon going to fire back down to the inside.
Let's throw some sliders here at Eldora. Cannon back to the low side of Morgan as we're over in turns number 3 and 4. Put 44 car back up into that transfer spot. Drop Morgan back to 5th. He'll look low again. Cannon will slam the door now. Morgan looks low. They're door to door off of 2.
Door to door for that final transfer spot. Meanwhile, there's a battle for the race lead. The 21 of Wilson down to the bottom. Slide job on the 77, pushes him up the track. Fletcher now goes back into the grasp of Kevin Dedman. Dedman now up to the second spot. Fletcher back to third.
Fletcher back to third. As Dedman moves around, Eric Keller is moving to the 4th spot. There was some big contact back here with Blake Cannon's number 44 with Devin Morgan in the 112. I think the 46 of Keller. He moves on the bubble as we come to 2 to go.
Eric Keller in that number 46 machine running inside the top 4 there in the bubble spot there, the number 46 machine. As they come down the back straightaway to turn number 3, we're going to see the white silk in the air. One more trip around the Eldora Speedway for heat race number 1 for the number 21 of Dylan Wilson.
Wilson will lead him down the back stretch off turn number 2 for the final time and in down the stretch into turns 3 and 4 around the half mile. Checkered will go in the air. Looks like taking down the win will be Dylan Wilson, but it's a little closer than I thought he liked. Kevin Dedman going to grab second, third for Robert Fletcher. Mason Crawford, the last corner pass. Give Mason Crawford that final transfer spot.
Yeah, Mason Crawford, the missile, taking the 4th spot, the 4th and final qualifying spot. The rest will go to consolation events here, Phil. Getting ready and geared up for heat race number 2. As these guys slow it down here. Nice looking pace schemes out there. Got to showcase some of them here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Again, if you like what you see on the Full Velocity Racing Network, star donations go a long way. Thank you to Jeff Brown for your star donations here too. Once again, 2,235 stars, 7-week streak. Thank you, Jeff Brown out there. That's making us even closer to what we should be at. But we're going to get into heat race number 2, Phil.
We certainly are. Got to thank our great sponsors out here tonight that put this event on for us. Got to thank the gang at IRacingIflag.com, of course, Jeff, and also our buddy Charlie Milner, Tubbs from Milner Media and Design, two presenting sponsors here for the Team VLR Throwback Series Thursday night as we take a look-see at the Voiles Trucking starting lineup for Heat Race number 2 on the pole with car number 33. That'll be Evan Say with number 9 alongside of Tyler Ducharme. In row number 2 with car number 29. So I believe it's going to be a 42 out there. I'm going to think that's going to be Jordan Casey with the number 2 alongside of Dylan Hauser. In row number 3, Hayden Cardwell aboard car number 7 with the number 13 of David Kalb on the outside of row 3. Adam Hummerding on the inside of row number 4. He's in car 23 with Darren Friedman alongside in car number 89. And going shotgun another 9-car field, scheduled to be car number 66 of Darren Litterall. So there's your 9 cars. Only the top 4 will go on into the A main from here. And I'll tell you what, Tom, look at the list of names in this heat. Only 4 can survive. This is going to be a loaded 4. And can you look at the dark horses back there like a Homerding or a Friedman, even Litterall back there in 9th? This one could be one from anywhere. This could be a lot of fun to watch for 8 laps.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and you're looking, like you said, on the outside pole, Phil, the Kinney Drug Sponsor Machine. That's Barefoot Bob McCready throwback scheme.
Oh,
Big Block Modified Country, right where New York, Phil. Love Barefoot Bob McCready. That is actually Tim McCready's father. So Bob McCready, love that paint scheme, love that throwback out there. Is again Tyler Ducharme and that number 9 machine. We get ready, locked and loaded for racing off of turn number 4. IRacingIflag, great flags in the air. Heat race number 2 underway.
Thank God one of us grew up in dirt country to identify a lot of these throwback schemes. For an asphalt guy in the Northeast with no dirt tracks around me, throwback night for me, or throwback weeks aren't going to be quite as fun, but it's going to be a great time as Evan Say, Tyler Ducharme will lead the way. Jordan Casey, Dylan Hauser. Here comes Hayden Cardwell. He'll look to the bottom already for the transfer over in 3.
Big Cardwell look there momentarily, but the number 42 machine holding on to the 4th spot. That is Jordan Casey. The final transfer spot as they go to work here. Right now running in that 2nd spot is Tyler Ducharme, Dylan Hauser in that H2 machine. Keeps looking to the bottom, and then you got Jordan Casey, and then the number 7 machine of Hayden Cardwell. Cardwell's looked to the bottom. Oh, contact Jordan Casey. And now Hayden Cardwell and Jordan Casey lose the transfer spot here. The number 19 motor's on by those guys. That is David Kalb.
David Kalb up to the outside can put Kalb now up to that 4th spot. Evan Say continues to lead over Tyler Ducharme and Dylan Hauser, but now Kalb on the bubble. Hubbarding is there as well. Jordan Casey, Hayden Cardwell. They're going to have to regroup, but we're halfway home.
Yeah, halfway home, 4 in, 4 to go here at the Eldora Speedway, Rossburg, Ohio. The 33 of Evan Say. Then you got Tyler Ducharme, Dylan Hauser. The 19 of David Cobb right there, rolling on to the 4th spot. Jordan Casey in 5th in a lockstep battle there with Cardwell. Cardwell slides job on the 42, not going to be had. The 42, Casey fights back there. That is a 5th spot battle.
Yeah, it's position number 5, and that may be positioning in the B main because they're on the outside looking in. Currently, Evan Say, Tyler Ducharme, Dylan Hauser, and David Kalb is on the bubble. Kalb looking good this time by. We're going to see 2 more trips around for that number 33.
Yeah, definitely Evan Say in that 33 machine looking solid here. And his efforts here in the VLR Throwback Series definitely looking great. We'll see what he's going to have in the future. Tyler Ducharme running in that 2nd spot. Again, love seeing that number 9 car out there. Dylan Hauser's H2. Lots of nice pace schemes. There's 1 to go here as we go down the back straightaway for the final time. And that number 33 machine.
And it looks like Evan Say may hold on as they're going to exit turns number 3 and 4. Checkered flag going in the air. 33 car will take down the win. Evan Say, Tyler Ducharme will grab number 2. Dylan Hauser for 3rd, and David Kalb will hold on to that 4th and final transfer. Look for some big names in those consolation rounds, the likes of Jordan Casey, Hayden Cardwell. That is going to headline a hefty bunch as we're halfway home in heat races. 2 in, 2 more remain.
Yeah, and this has been a star-studded field so far, Phil. I tell you, Cinderella story there just a couple months ago from David Cobb winning that big race here on the VLR, and now making his way in to the very first throwback race. It's good to see him having some very, very good luck here over at VLR. But our Voiles Trucking starting lineup for heat race number 2 going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number, it looks like the number 99 machine. That is Devin Cardwell. Is dancing part of the outside. That is the number 926 of Barrett Bishop. Inside row number 2, we'll see the number 63 of Clifford Driscoll. And his dancing part of the outside, Blake Mitchell support the number 127. Inside row number 3, we'll see Blake Brown aboard that number 74 machine. And outside him, Tamer Tomasi aboard the 09 machine, rolling off in position number 6. 7th starter sees Jacob Field aboard the Donut 7 machine, and Gavin Collins aboard a Billy Pouch ride there, the number 1 machine. That's a throwback. Billy Pouch, Phil. Do you know who Billy Pouch is?
Yes, oh, absolutely.
Normally 327, but he's got a number 1 on the side of that one.
Nice looking ride right there. I think Travis Junks will be the final car. Schedule aboard car number 22. I do not see Travis out in the speedway. We called for 9, Todd. I think we have 8. We're going to wait, but I don't see a 9th car.
I'm not sure if he's going to actually make it in here. So we're looking at this. It was actually the number 96 on the pole there, Phil. Trying to look at Davin's car. So used to seeing something a little bit different out of him with a throwback number 96 machine. Then you got the 0, actually, the 926. Normally is Barrett Bishop with the number 0 on the side of that. That's another nice pace scheme. Man, I love the 777 too. Clifford Driscoll and the 777, Phil.
Oh, man. Here's some stellar cars. To all the painters out there, there's so many. We highlight as many as we can here on the network, of course, and many support us. But, God, these things look absolutely killer. What a cool-looking vibe here. Throwing back. We get the VHS recorder going. We got the old pencil glasses taped together to put on my head so I can maybe read some of these names here tonight. It's all the feel here, Todd. Throwing back with the 2 best in the house, Todd and Phil, going green here for heat race number 3.
And the 96 leading the charge down into turn number 1. That's Devin Cardwell. Bishop now in a battle with the 777 of Clifford Driscoll. Driscoll looks to the bottom. Blake Mitchell's right there. And that number 127 here comes Blake Brown also. And then number 74 machine, he's on the outside.
Sir is making room there off turn number 3 and 4, completing lap number 1. Blake Brown trying to make it happen in car number 74. Devin Cardwell leads the way, and how about our buddy Cliff Driscoll from 3D, bud? Sitting there in the 2nd spot, holding up likes of Barrett Bishop, and racing going off of the final transfer. They're just tail 1st and 3rd. The race for 4th over in turn 1.
Yeah, again, and now it's Clifford Driscoll, the 777 to the 2nd spot. The Night Stalker machine, the 0.
Yeah.
Being driven by Barrett Bishop. He's right now running in that 3rd spot. Blake Mitchell's way down to the bottom, Catfish, and then that 127 as Barrett Bishop tries to run the top shelf of the speedway. And it looks like he's losing a little bit of ground there, Phil.
Certainly is, and definitely is. You almost get stuck up on the wall there. We're 3 wide, going off for the 3rd spot over in turn number 3 and 4. Who said you can't go 3 wide at Eldora? As we go halfway home, Davin Cardwell leads, but Driscoll, Bishop, Majulis, you got Tanner Tomasi in there, Blake Brown, here comes Gavin Collins. Barrett Bishop, a big wobble. He'll drop from 3rd all the way back to 7th.
Meanwhile, a heated battle for the race lead and lots of contact back there. But the battle for the race lead between the 777 of Clifford Driscoll and the number 96 of Davin Cardwell side by side through turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, the number 96 machine still pulling a nose there into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around Eldora.
Half-mile racetrack here at Eldora. We got 2 trips left to make. Davin Cardwell will slam the door shut on Cliff Driscoll. Can that 777 regroup for one more push? Because they're in turn number 3 and 4, and they're going to see the white flag.
Meanwhile, Gavin Collins moves into the final transfer spot in the number 1 machine. Gavin Collins on rails here, Phil. But through turn number 2, down the back straightaway, the number 96 of Gavin Cardwell leads the charge down into turn number 3. Driscoll tries as hard as he can down on the bottom of the 777. Not going to be had. The 96 of Gavin Cardwell going to take down heat race number 3. Clifford Driscoll, Blake Majulis, and Gavin Collins. Another surprise. Gavin Collins, the number 1, going to make the final transfer spot.
There was always speed in a Billy Pouch-looking car, and Gavin Collins found it right there with that number 1. That was awesome right there. Good race between all those guys racing and jockeying for position back there in the transfer. As we hope you guys are enjoying the show with Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV, a good audience out there tonight. Make sure you share the link because the absolutely best of the business live right here at Full Velocity. We are following the absolute best here tonight with Team VLR, the Throwback Super Late Model Series. Heat race number 4 with a big crowd here. Let's take a look at our Voiles Trucking starting lineup. On the pole is going to be Lewis Hewitt. It's called car number 3. Not sure if it's a 3 car on there. Alongside with number 54 will be Drew Hopkins. In row number 2, number 42 of Virgil Graham with the number 68 along, number 24 alongside of Daniel Cummings. Austin Carr will roll off 5th. He's scheduled to be out there with 68. I'm sure it's 68 on the side of the race car. We'll have to wait and see. Clay Debin roll off on the outside of number 3. You have Troy Jones starting next in car number 49. The 69 of Mario Perez will headline an 8-car field. 8 cars, 8 laps, top 4. Who are going to be these last remaining to make it the even round of 16 in the main event? Well, I guess we'll find out about a half a lap from now.
Jim Emery out there talking about Davin being in the Terry English
Oh,
replica
buddy.
is what that car was there. So if anybody knows some of these cars and wants to tune in, let them
Please.
know your favorite driver. Please let us know. I'm not real strong on some of the late model side of things. If I see a dirt late model scheme, I could, or not dirt or dirt modified scheme, I can tell you as we get ready to race off of turn
Northeast, Todd.
number 4. IRacingIflag, great flags in the air. We're racing here. We're the 4th and final heat race. 8 laps will be the distance.
And we're a couple of modified guys, call it asphalt or dirt,
Big
but
blocks.
we know they have big blocks. Absolutely, that's where the big boys play. But hey, for all the gang that know super late models out there, late models, old school schemes, keep us abreast and educate us these next couple of weeks on the Full Velocity Racing Network as we complete lap number 1. Lewis Hewitt will jump to the lead over Drew Hopkins. The race is for 3rd. Daniel Cummings, Virgil Graham. Here comes Austin Carr. 3 race for 3rd over in turn 3.
And Austin Carr in a Tim Hitt replica there, Phil. As thank you, Jim, out there, giving us a lot of aspect here, a lot of good racing going on here through the field. You keep talking about Austin Carr there. The number 6.
Oh, what a round!
Made, and it looked like Daniel Cummings Jr. got into the back of a car there, Phil.
Believe that. Was that Drew Hopkins that went around? I couldn't tell. Carter was 8 man. I believe it was Drew Hopkins. Yeah, it certainly was. He got sent around. That stinks for Drew. He was up there in 2nd, but now it's Lewis Hewitt, Virgil Graham, Austin Carr. Daniel Cummings sits in 4th, but he has company there. Troy Jones and Clay Devin. They follow close behind over in 3.
Yeah, we're talking about what happened to the number 54, Drew Hopkins. He tried to pull a slider, and he said, no, shoot for you, did Daniel Cummings. That's what happened there, Phil. Well, we're going to go about 3 laps remaining here for the car number 3 of Lewis Hewitt. Virgil Graham running in that 2nd spot in the number 42. And you got Austin Carr running 3rd in that number 68. And Daniel Cummings Jr. now trying to fight for that 3rd spot. He's on the bubble.
Certainly is. He doesn't want to look in his mirror either because Mario Perez is charging Mario up to the 5th spot. But can Daniel Cummings hold on? Well, he's got 2 more trips left to make it. Lewis Hewitt leads. The drama sits back here for this transfer.
Yeah, drama here for Daniel Cummings Jr. See if Troy Jones going to be able to track him down there, or maybe the 69 of Mario Perez. Those guys duking it out here, trying to get to that final transfer, but white flag going to be over the heat race number 4 field, Phil, as Lewis Hewitt continues to have a monstrous lead down into turn 3.
A big lead, over a full second as we're down in turn number 3 and 4. The checkered flag will go in the air for heat race number 4, and taking down the win will be car number 3, Lewis Hewitt. Virgil Graham in for 2. Austin Carr, Daniel Cummings will hold on, and he'll hold on to that final transfer spot. So we have taken 4 cars out of 4 heats. We know who the 16 in the main event are, but we've got more work to do because we are going into what I believe is going to be the workings of 2B mains. I'm kind of thinking so. Yeah, 2B mains, the top 4 will come out of each, and they will be 12 laps around. Let's go to our Voiles Trucking starting lineup, Todd, for B main number 1.
Yeah, the Voiles Trucking starting lineup for B main number 1, top 4, transfer on, starting on the pole, driving the number 46 machine. That will be Eric Keller aboard the number 46 as Jason part of the outside. Driving the number 09 machine will be Tanner Tomasi aboard the 09. Inside row number 2 sees Barry Sorensen aboard the number 45 machine. And it's Jason part of the outside, driving the number 74. That is Blake Brown. Inside row number 3 sees J.D. Brown aboard the car number 14, and the Night Stalker number 0, Bear Bishop, rolling off of position number 6. 7-star sees the 112 machine of Devin Morgan, and Jacob Fields aboard that number 75 machine, shotgun on the field. The number 44, Blake Cannon, not answering the call, though, Devin Morgan, and that 112 machine, Phil. So 8 cars out there, so half of them will make it on into the A feature.
That is some heavy hitters out there, too. You look at the very back of the field, you'll find Jacob Fields and Blake Cannon, Barrett Bishop and J.D. Brown start on the outside. God, look at Eric Keller and Tanner Tomasi. That is a dang good front row, a dang good field. These 12 laps will go by in the blink of an eye, and only the top 4 will survive and be into what I think, well, if I do the math right, Todd, 4 times 4 is 16. Take 8 from the Bs. 24-car main event for 60 laps. Saddle it up, partner. This is going to be a heck of a night. It's already fun. We got Ken out there rooting on for Eric Keller, who is going to start this one on the pole. That's the best spot to be. 12 laps around. You got to hit the marks here. You got to get a good start and attempt to get away because you do not want to be back there scrumming for second and throw it on back. This is going to be a fast and pretty exciting crew to watch. I guarantee it.
Eric Kettler, part of 3D Racing there, Phil, as we get ready to send them on the way off of turn at number 4. The pace truck in. IRacingIflag green flag is out over the field here for B main number 1. The 46 of Aaron Keller has the top spot. The 09 right now running in second on the outside and extreme outside. There comes the 74 Blake Brown. He's up through the middle of the 14 right there too of JD Brown.
Tell you what, I was in the number 74 car, and I almost got abducted by the aliens. We go 3 wide for the lead, 3 wide. Who is going to get fried off turn number 2? Almost 4 wide for the lead.
Oh, Keller.
Wow, Keller almost got a little bit turned.
Oh,
Wow.
Down. Blake Cannon around the 44 machine. He got it back together, though, towards the tail end of it, though. But Blake Cannon had to really wheel that machine, but last right now on the field, so he's got a lot of time. He's only got 10 laps to try to make up for 4 more positions. And JD Brown, your race leader in that number 14 machine.
JD Brown going to lead. The race is now going to be for second as JD will clears Barry Sorensen there in the second spot. Blake Brown, Taylor Tomasi holding on to the final transfer. Eric Keller right behind them. Barrett Bishop, Jacob Fields. That's some really good shoes. They're running out of time. This time by 4 laps complete.
Yeah, 4 laps complete, 8 laps to go here for the number 14 of J.D. Brown. The 45 now moves up to that second spot. That is Barry Sorensen in that number 45. As he's able to get around and look like there, Blake Brown. Brown having a little bit of issue up there on the top shelf, but trying to make his way in side-by-side battle for that second spot.
Sure is. Blake Brown having a great work of it on the outside lane. Him and Barry Sorensen. That's racing on for second and third. They don't want to do anything too overzealous because we've got somebody around. Somebody was upside down.
Yeah, the 74 of Blake Brown. Lots of issues with that machine as it looked like him in the 45 making contact there. And unfortunately, that got a hold of like Gary Carroll. Gary Sorensen says, man, lots of issues going on there. But in that third spot is Blake Cannon. After all the bad luck he had there at the beginning portion of it, now into a transfer spot.
Certainly is. 3.5 seconds behind, but the place he wants to be, J.D. Brown, he can just coast away on this one. He's got 3.5 seconds between Tanner Tomasi, Blake Cannon, and now Barrett Bishop with the final transfer. But look in the mirror. Here comes Jacob Fields.
Yeah, Jacob Fields right now trying to track down Barrett Bishop in that number 75 machine. 75 really trying to reel him back in after a lot of contact and a lot of bent up sheet metal on a lot of these cars here in B main number 1 as we're coming up with 3 laps remaining. Thank you to Tubbs out there for the 1,000-star donations. Keep those stars coming, folks, here tonight. VLR Throwback Series live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
But you talk about bent up sheet metal. I'm going to tell you there's some bent up feelings. Some of the guys that have gotten into this mix. Guys like Keller and Sorensen getting involved, getting taken out of this event. J.D. Brown is coasting. He's got 2 laps remaining.
As Blake Cannon now takes over that second spot in that number 44 machine, away from Tanner Tomasi, and then Barrett Bishop still running in the 4th spot. As we come to get the white flag here over B main number 1, the 14 of J.D. Brown. Like you said, he can pretty much coast the rest of the way. 4 seconds over Blake Cannon. And then number 44 machine, the 09 of Tanner Tomasi, running in that 3rd spot. And Barrett Bishop still running in 4th. But into turn number 3 and off of 4 for the final time to give J.D. Brown the victory. Blake Cannon for 2. Tanner Tomasi for 3. And Barrett Bishop is going to be the 4th and final transfer here from B main number 1.
And it's going to send guys like Jacob Fields, Blake Brown, Barry Sorensen, and Eric Keller. They will not transfer on out of B main number 1. Their nights will be done. So we have had 4 survive. We have 20 drivers currently locked into the feature, and we're going to punch the last 4 tickets of the night. Let's take a look at our Voiles Trucking starting lineup. Man, we hope you guys are having a good time. Drama in the house here tonight. Eldora won't have it any other way. On the pole with car number 29 will be Jordan Casey with the 49 alongside of Troy Jones. In row number 2 with car number 7, we find Hayden Cardwell with the number 69 of Mario Perez on the outside of row number 2. The number 89 will start in position number 5. That is Darren Friedman with the number 84 of Clay Devon to his outside. 4th row, the 66 of Darren Litterall with the number 54 of Drew Hopkins. Adam Hummerding rolls off next in car number 23, and Travis Junks will roll off with car number 22. We've called for 10 cars. Not sure we got all 10. How many you count?
You got 9 cars.
9. It looked like all 10.
Now 9 cars out there here. Jordan Casey going to be your pole sitter there in the number 42 machine. Like you said, Troy Jones to the outside there in the number 49 machine. Then you got Hayden Cardwell in the number 7. And Mario Perez in the number 69 machine. A lot of nice throwback schemes out here as we go down through the field. But, man, this is a heavy loaded B main number 2, Phil. I mean, it's the who's who.
It really is. And if guys like Jimmy Emery or whoever else may know out there has any insight on these throwback schemes, man, for sure. We did on you guys. I know you guys all paint out there some hell of a work as well. This, once again, hats off, kudos. These cars look sharp. It is great. This is a cool vibe, and we're about to get going for the last time tonight. Final transfer event, B main number 2. We got 9 cars at the ready, 12 laps around. The pace truck is in. Let's go to the IRacingIflag.com green flag.
Getting the green flag out over the field. The 42 charges down into turn number 1. And Jordan Casey drifts up way up the track. Here comes Troy Jones side by side for the race lead. Jones to the race lead.
That's a big move right there. And everybody almost 3 deep now. 3 deep off the corner. A little high-low switch at the line. Casey, Jones, and Cardwell. You got Mario Perez. Where'd the 69 come from? He's in the mix. He may have the lead by the time he exits 3 and 4.
Yeah, Mario Perez down to the inside of the 49 machine, trying to get around him as he tries to slide up the track. Not going to be had. The door not going to be able to slam shut that time by as Troy Jones still working over the top shop of the speedway here, getting the momentum, the built high-low switch maneuver for Jones. He propels himself back to the race lead around the 69.
And then a 4 wide back here, Todd, for 4th on back. This is a lot of fun to watch as we battle out Darren Friedman back here. Drew Hopkins, Darren Littlewell, Clay Devin trying to throw some haymakers on through. Hayden Cardwell, he's had some issues. He got put to the back. He's trying to recharge his way back up 4 laps complete.
And 2 by 2 here for the top 4 spots. If something happens, somebody could be waiting in the weeds there to take on one of those transfer spots into the A main as Troy Jones way up to the top shelf. The 69 of Perez right there, 3 wide for the 2nd spot.
Oh my goodness, it does not get better than this on a Thursday night. I'll tell you what, Jones, Perez, Hopkins, Friedman in there, 3 deep, all chasing the race leader, Jordan Casey. This time by will complete lap number 6 halfway home.
Halfway home, as you said, Phil. We're going to be 6 in, 6 to go here. The number 42 machine of Jordan Casey down air in the turn at number 3. And I tell you what, Drew Hopkins running a solid race at number 54. He's moved up to 2nd. Troy Jones now duking it out, battling out for the 3rd spot. The 69 running in the 4th. That is Mario Perez.
There is. I'm looking back here, the likes of Darren Littlewell, Hayden Cardwell. They're on the outside looking in. It's Mario Perez on the ball. Jordan Casey, Drew Hopkins trying to rebound from a disastrous heat race. He was running up front. He runs 2nd. Maybe some revenge and vindication. Hopkins runs 2nd there off of 4.
Yeah, Hopkins running in that 2nd spot. Like you said, the 42, Jordan Casey still holding on to the top spot. We will have 4 laps remaining, 4 big more circuits here for Jordan Casey in that 42. Hopkins still running 2nd. Troy Jones in a solid 3rd spot right now. The 69 battling for his life with the 89 and Darren Freeman as Freeman gets into the back of him. Here comes Clay Devin down to the inside. Don't count out Darren Littlewell. Those guys all duking it out for the 4th and final transfer. 3 wide.
3 wide. I'll tell you what, the contact between the 2 back there, Freeman and Perez, open the door for Littlewell and mainly Clay Devin on the number 84 to jump in there. He'll peek ahead to the low side. Here comes Perez firing back. We're still 3 wide.
Yeah, still 3 wide, like you said there, Phil, and we're still duking it out, almost 4 wide. Once again, Devin down to the inside. More contact being made with Perez and Freeman. Those guys really fighting it out for 3 wide. The D1RT machine there is sitting there. Well, that is Darren Littlewell. That's the number on the side of that machine. Beautiful throwback there. As we go 3 wide now for the 5th spot, Darren Freeman pretty much settles into the 4th and final transfer with 1 to go.
We got 1 more trip around. The race leader is Jordan Casey. Looks like he may be off his gliding away with Drew Hopkins. Troy Jones looks poised for 3rd. The drama is who is going to finish 4th, 3rd, and 3 and 4. The checkered flag in the air. Casey with the win. Hopkins for 2. Jones for 3rd, and the 4th and final transfer to the 89 of Darren Friedman. He'll steal that final transfer.
Yeah, Freeman stealing that final transfer, Phil. What a fantastic B-main that was.
That was just fantastic there. That was a lot of fun. 4 heat races, 2 B mains complete. The 24-car grid is set. So before we go racing here with Team VLR for 60 laps around, it is time to throw this thing trackside. Ladies and gentlemen, let's pay homage to this greatest nation in the world, the United States of America. Dirty Grass Soul with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, we are back here live inside the Eldora Speedway on the Full Velocity Racing Network tonight. Team VLR Throwback Thursday Super Late Model Series presented by IRacingIflag.com and Milner Media and Design. Got to thank both Jeff and Charlie for coming aboard here. Awesome series. So this is race number 1, Todd. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to take the next couple of weeks away, cover my full-time duties here with the East West Modified Tour on the pavement side of things. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to be looking forward to getting back here in a couple of weeks. The opening night, this series is going to be great.
Yeah, definitely going to be a fantastic series. And qualifiers right now, there's Constellation B-Main going on too, Phil. The B-Main servers and guys that did not qualify their way in. They're going to have 4 guys that will be in that race that will be able to lock their way in to next week's A-Main featured server. So that will be fantastic. A lot of great field going on here. A checkered flag going to wave over this warm-up session, folks. And definitely thank you all for tuning in here to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Don't forget to star donations. Don't forget to like, share our page, follow our page. We're on our quest to 6,000 viewers that are following our page here. Don't forget to go over to YouTube too. 814. We need 1,000 over there. So let's get it going here as we get ready, locked and loaded for the A-Main feature.
60-lap feature event for the Throwback Series, TeamVLR.com. Let's figure it out here. On the pole will be car number 80. That'll be Dylan Wilson. Alongside with car number 33 will be Evan Say.
Starting inside row number 2, driving the number 96 machine, that will be Davin Cardwell. And outside of him, driving the number 3, that's Lewis Hewitt.
Inside of row number 3, believing car number 3, that'll be Kevin Dedman. And alongside with car number 9, Tyler Ducharme.
Inside row number 4, driving the number 777, 3D Racing number 63 of Clifford Driscoll. And Virgil Graham rolls off in position number 8. In the number 42.
In row number 5, we find car number 77 of Robert Fletcher, and alongside a guy who won all the money out there in the last couple of months here at TVLR with car number 2, that is Dylan Hauser.
Inside row number 6, he's the number 127 machine. That is Blake Majules, and outside him, the number 68, that's Austin Carr.
Aboard car number 15, we find the missile, Mason Crawford. He'll start in position number 13, and alongside with car number 19, that is David Kalb.
Rolling off in the 15 starter spot, that's the driver of the number 1 machine, that is Gavin Collins. And his dancing part of the outside, driving the number 24, 16 starter, that's Daniel Cummings Jr.
In row number 8, 17 starter with car number 14, that is J.D. Brown. And alongside him from D1RT with car number 42, Jordan Casey starts 18th.
Row number 10 sees the 19 starter, the number 44 of Blake Cannon. And outside of him, the number 54 of Drew Hopkins.
Tanner Tomasi will start 21st tonight in car number 09 with the number 49 alongside of Troy Jones.
The 926 and the 89. The 926 of Bear Bishop and Darren Freeman round out your field, Phil. And we are ready to send these guys on their way, I believe, off of turn number 4. The field is restacked. They are repacked. iRacing.com pace trucks off the track. And who's it going to be?
Like it. Let's go for it. 60 laps around the Eldora Speedway. Dylan Wilson, Evan Say going to lead them off the corner. Turns number 3 and 4. Let's complete lap number 1. We are in a dead heat for the race lead. Wilson versus Say. They're still double wide. Deadman up to third.
Yeah, Deadman into the third spot as we're looking here now. We have a little bit of contact. The pair of threes there between Lewis Hewitt and the number 3 of Kevin Deadman. Deadman running in that 4th spot. Dylan Wilson in the 21 running up top there. He is your current race leader. Here comes the 33 of Evan C down to the bottom side. Side by side for the race lead.
Side by side for the race lead. Evan Say there with car number 80 of Dylan Wilson. Look behind. Davin Cardwell's here. Kevin Deadman, Virgil Graham Weeks staying in a dead heat for the lead. Down at turn 3. Nobody getting an inch.
Nobody giving an inch. Pretty good racing going on as Evan C now taking over the top spot from Dylan Wilson. Wilson now trying to fend off the number 96 of Devin Cardwell. Side by side as Wilson gets up into the wall a little bit. Now back to the 4th spot. Deadman now to that 3rd spot.
Kevin Devitt up to third, a 21 car off the wall. I believe that's Dylan Wilson there. So I'm trying to get car numbers. It is a 21, Dylan Wilson. He is up top. Evan Say continues to lead, but Davin Cardwell, he is slowly approaching behind them. 1 car, 33. That's 2 car lengths over in 3.
Yeah, watching down through here and watching Virgil Graham down to the bottom side. A lot of heavy hitters down towards the tail end of this field. Here, Phil, right now in the middle portion of the field. The 77 machine making some moves. That is Robert Fletcher way down on the bottom. The number 9 machine of Tyler Descharme now running in that 7th spot as he's got around the 777 of Clifford Driscoll.
Sure did. That's racing back there for 7th, 8th, and 9th. You got Lewis Hewitt, who was up in the top 2 rows. He's dropped back outside the top 10. Look for guys like Ducharme, like go forward, maybe Fletcher in there. The number 77, Carl 777, of course, Clifford Driscoll. Austin Carr right behind them. The number 68, Austin Carr starting to make some waves. That's outside the top 10 off of 4.
Yeah, so many good looks out there. And I'm watching Gavin Collins ringing around the top side. And we used to call that... Called a little bit of the racing up on that top side of the Speedway, especially at Fonda. Billy Pouchville was known for the high side at Fonda, rim riding, same way as Pouch Jr. Those guys up on the outside, they're not afraid of the outside. That's what Gavin Collins doing there. And he's mired back right around 17th, but he's trying to make the outside work.
There is. I look back up here for the race lead. Evan Say's car, and I'm looking over here for Jim Emery. He said, believes it's a throwback to his dad's old cart. So, hey, why the heck not? And we have our first Team Hard Motorsports yellow flag of the evening.
Yeah, you were talking about Wilson and the Jack Hewitt car, Phil. That's pretty cool. And just watch it. Thank you to Big Country Jameson Colbrand.
Yeah, buddy.
For the 350 stars here first week here. We have some guys on first week stars, 7-week stars. Thank you so much. We appreciate it now. Now down to Phil, guess what? Down to 32,000 stars to hit our goal. That's pretty good. We're making our way there. Let's get there.
I see our Team Hard Motorsports yellow flag. Our full velocity instant replays brought to you by J-Max Journeys over at Jonathan Journeys. JMaxStrong.com. Looks like it was a 127 of Blake Majulis, who may have been on the side of the 44 of Blake Cannon. A big ride. A 12 car up the fence. 44 took a ride. Yellow, I don't know if it was Majulis or not, but I think it was that the 127 or a 12. It was tough to tell from this 27.
No, I have some contact there. Yeah, the 127 kind of slid up into the 44. I think that was by mistake. And the number 1 of Gavin Collins up on the outside. The 44 of Blake Cannon drills him into the wall, and more contact made for those guys. They're going down to get their quick repairs, but that's a tough break.
Really is. Tough break here. But the good news, Todd, early on in the event, still within, I believe, 10 laps. I thought we were going all green flag laps here tonight. I'm not exactly sure. I know KT was saying ahead of time, yes, but I don't believe anything is different. If maybe they could hear me, poke me with some information here, because I think we're scheduled for 60 laps. I think we're going straight up.
Yeah, 60 laps is going to be the distance here, Phil, tonight. Looks like pretty much straight up here. And guess what? Delaware double file. This is what we did in the practice race. Delaware double file restarts here. The 33 all on a row by his lonesome.
That is a really cool. Let's go Sheffield graphics on board. Who are we going with, Jack? Give us a clue. We got Evan Say with the race lead. He'll lead us back to the IRacingIflag.com green flag. Say, Dedman, Cardwell, Wilson, Virgil Graham. That's our top 5 as we hit turn 3.
Yeah, they want 3 wide there. He's with Kevin Dedman right now, almost 4 wide for the second spot. The 21 way down on the bottom, Dylan Wilson. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Tail swipe to the 3 and Dedman. More 4 wide racing action. Look at the gaggle of cars over there in the corner.
Oh my goodness, Dedman got stuck up on the wall in the 3 car. He'll lose many a spots. Here comes, oh, who is that running to the bottom? I believe that'd be Virgil Graham. Is that Tyler Duchamp? 9, I think, down there. Dedman lost a spot to David Cardwell, Dylan Wilson, Virgil Graham. Here comes Dylan Hauser with a 2 over in turn 3.
Yeah, Dylan Hauser down to the inside, side by side with Kevin Dedman. Dedman right now running 5th, now the H2 of Dylan Hauser moves into the 5th spot. Virgil Graham up to 4th in the number 42. He tries to track him down, but Dedman not done with Hauser. He's down to the inside.
I'm going to tell you what, my early looks here at this racetrack, Todd, we always know Eldora loves to be a high side dominant track. But it looks like when these guys get restarted, they really start hitting the inside lane. I guess restart's going to be the way of the land if you've got to do it. Here comes Dedman back to the bottom of Hauser, racing for 5th over in turn 1.
Yeah, Dedman down to the bottom. It's really tough to pass. It's been to the outside there. Guys banging it off the wall. There, the H2 of Hauser hit the wall a couple different times over there. It's definitely difficult. They're trying to stay off the wall and trying to keep racing here, but the 3 of Dedman have been trying to make some moves here. The 42 of Jordan Casey way down to the bottom side there, battling it out, duking it out with the 777 of Clifford Driscoll, and then the number 9 of Tyler Ducharme right there too.
Right ahead of the 777 is Ducharme. Casey is there. Right behind them, you see the number 24 of Daniel Cummings Jr. Austin Carr not too far behind them, the 68. That is a great group of drivers right there battling out for 7th on back. The race leader is Evan Say with the number 33, Todd. He's opened this thing up almost to a full second. We're 20 laps complete.
Yeah, and that's over Davin Cardwell and Dylan Wilson. Wilson running in that 3rd spot. That number 21 machine, Graham running 4th, and Hauser now still running in that 5th spot. He has tracked down Virgil Graham, though, as Hauser right there closing down to about a car length and a half on that number 42 machine as they enter the front straightaway.
But I tell you what, by my naked, tired eyes, I think lap times looking, now just the quick ones I got to go through, I believe Dylan Hauser's right there, the number 2 car running in 5th, may arguably be the fastest car lapping the speedways. He pulls it down to 2 car lengths over Virgil Graham. Virgil takes a little kiss to the outside wall. We got a race for 4th heading over to turn 1.
Yeah, him and Dedman running about identical lap times as they catch Virgil Graham in a really quick fashion. Evan Say right now actually turning in about the same lap times as those guys too, Phil. But you got to catch and pass these guys, and it's really difficult as the H2 of Dylan Hauser making some mistakes on the top shelf of the speedway, allowing Graham to get a little bit of breathing room. But here he comes firing back down to their 2 car lengths.
2 car lengths difference between himself, Dylan Hauser, Kevin Dedman into the fray. Cliff Driscoll, the 777, trying to break free of the likes of Jordan Casey in the 42. Daniel Cummings, Austin Carr now at the 68. He's in the top 10. He's to the low side. Austin Carr around Daniel Cummings, 68 car up to 9th.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job, like you said, that number 68 of Austin Carr, trying to make his way through the field, and it's no easy field. This field is so star-studded, so action-packed. And Evan Say, I tell you, it's just driving away from the rest of the field. As the number 80 of Dylan Wilson, or well, I should say the 21 of Dylan Wilson, excuse me, has made his way around the 96 of David Cardwell. Cardwell starting to fall off the pace. Graham has caught him too, and now we'll see what Virgil Graham is going to be able to do with that number 96.
We'll have to wait and see now as he falls back to the 4th spot. As you said, he may fall all the way back to the clutches of a guy like Dylan Hauser, but can Dylan Wilson, maybe the number 21, do anything with the race leader? It's 2.8 seconds this time by Todd as we go 28 laps on the scoreboard. I'm looking at the intervals here. Evan's got a big lead, but you look up ahead. Lap traffic may play a role in the second half of this race if we stay green.
Yeah, definitely, as David Cardwell and Virgil Graham, as I stayed with them. As you were watching that, they are still duking it out for the 3rd spot as the 42 machine of Virgil Graham keeps looking to the bottom, and it's being crossed over a couple different times by the number 96 of Davin Cardwell. Cardwell still holding on to 3rd. Virgil Graham for 4th. 5th is Dylan Hauser. We're going to go back up to the race lead. Like you said, lap traffic is probably going to play a key determining factor as we're halfway home.
Are halfway home, 30 in the books, 30 laps remaining at the Eldora Speedway. The race leader is this beautiful looking number 33. Evan Say as he'll go by the start-finish line. He's got almost 4 seconds between himself, We're off quite 4 seconds, about a little over 3 now. 3 seconds back to Dylan Wilson, Davin Cardwell, Virgil Graham, and Dylan Hauser. We look up ahead. The guys on the tail end of the lead lap, they're falling back to about 12 or 13 seconds behind. Then within about 3 seconds, this may be 2 or 3 laps that these lap cars may start affecting at number 33. I know Evan Say is a top-notch driver, world championship caliber, but, man, lap cars, they are tough to go around in a place like this where it's really tough to pass.
Yeah, definitely tough to pass. Hopefully the lap cars get out of the leader's way, but again, they are racing for positions too. As Blake Jules down on pit road, Phil. It looks like not a very good pit stop for him as he's down there getting a lot of damage repaired. Tanner Tomasi also down on pit road too. 23rd and 22nd on pit road, so those nights are pretty much extinguished here early on in the going. As watching these guys fight it out here, so we're looking at the field here, Phil, and just watching how fast that number 33 machine is catching the tail end. It's definitely a pretty good pace.
It really is, and it's going to be the first car that may be the David Cowell, number 19, up ahead, the 49 of Troy Jones and J.D. Brown, not too far ahead of the distant future of our race leader, car number 33 of Evan Say. I'm looking back here, just kind of watching a couple of different battles going on. Nothing too pertinent to throw cameras back to, but Tyler Ducharme's back here with Mason Crawford, Daniel Cummings, Darren Freeman, that's racing outside of the top 10, currently running 11th on back, but that was a close. They were about 3 wide there for about a lap and a half. So good racing going on in the back of the field. Race leader up front, Todd. He is continuing to pull away.
Yeah, a lot of these guys got to be praying for a caution. I know Evan probably is not 3.266 over Dylan Wilson, so I know he's not praying for that yellow flag to come out, but some of these guys praying so they don't have to go a lap down, or maybe they can catch the number 33 machine and try a last-ditch effort maybe to get by him at Eldora. But 38 laps at 60 in, Phil. 22 laps remain, and that 33 has been on fire. He's led 35 laps here already.
Yeah, he's been just kicking tail here tonight, him leading the way. He got back down to the second spot in the likes of a 21 car of Dylan Wilson. Race going on back here, starting to heat up in the third spot. Davin Cardwell was holding on, but Virgil Graham, number 42, has been reeling off consistent laps, and that race to third is 2 car lengths and closing as we hit turn 3.
Yeah, Virgil's been knocking on the door quite a few different times there with that number 42 machine. He's looked down to the inside of the number 96 a couple different times. It's just about a lane down below him and cannot pull off that pass. As Cardwell last time by turned a lap of 16.896. Virgil Graham 16.857. So you know Graham is faster. Now the 96 searching around the track, trying to find some extra ounce of bite there for that 96 to go and propel himself in front of that 42.
Yeah, but you got a rim ride up in that top lane, running that cushion up high as Davin is number 96 now. At what point? Now he's going to look at low. You said he's searching. He's definitely searching, trying to arc the car a little bit differently in. And if you could find any advantage arcing in the car, doesn't that affect the RPMs a little bit too? You're looking for grip to make you go fast. Doesn't that extra bite in the wheel, is that going to slow you down in a place like Eldora?
Yeah, the extra bite could help you out there, Phil. It definitely bogs down the car a little bit, but it shoots you off the corner. And to finish races, you got to win the race off of turn 4, as my father always used to tell me. You have to win that race off of turn 4, and you got to have that momentum, and that's what they're kind of building up here.
It certainly is. We're past 40 laps in now. 43 laps going to be complete here on the scoreboard. Evan Say leading over Dylan Wilson. You can look back here, Todd. I would say the race leader, well, he has tracked down the back of the field. David Callum ahead. 19 car going to stay low. And I would say etiquette here. You're going to see a lot of these lap cars drop low. That's a classy thing to do. But Evan Say still has to time that right, get the passes. The good news for him, look at the interval. 2.5 seconds. Dylan Wilson has actually chopped that lead down a full second over the last 5 laps. That 21 car may be a little bit quicker.
Yeah, Wilson has been closing the gap with the number 33 of Evan Say. So Say right now is your race leader, but he's in the lap traffic. Like you said, Cobb getting down out of the way. The 49 machine of Troy Jones also down and out of the way right now, running in that 21st spot as the number 33 goes to work on some of the lap traffic. But it's good to see lap traffic getting down and out of the way.
It really is. We'll see if this may be shaping up for the race lead, because what was once a 3.6 second advantage from Evan Say back to Dylan Wilson will stabilize back to about 2.4, but still enough where a bobble could really cost Evan. Now Dylan Wilson's going to be the car having to fight through that lap traffic. Race for third is kind of stabilized there. Cardwell holding off Virgil Graham, and it's Dylan Hauser aboard that number 2 car. He rides to the 5th spot, but Jordan Casey, he has been a guy I've been watching the last couple laps, starting to make some moves. 42 car up to the 6th spot, and maybe approaching potentially a race for fifth with Dylan Hauser.
Yeah, he looks down to the bottom here of Hauser. Hauser seems to have lost a little bit of his momentum there as that number 42 machine fights down to the inside of him. Hauser closed the door shut there just a little bit. In the H2, we'll see if the 42 of Jordan Casey uses that momentum off the top shelf. Here to propel him up alongside him down the back straight away to turn 3. Casey trying to take over that fifth spot. Slide job on the H2.
Whoa.
He's going to be able Hauser around.
Hauser
Yellow,
around,
yellow,
and there's the yellow flag that Evans said he didn't want to see it. I said there was going to be some action back there. We know Hauser and Casey like to get after it. They did right there a little bit. I don't want to say overzealous slider. I think you had to do that about then. Tough to pass. Jordan Casey throwing up the block there. Dylan Hauser getting checked. I believe it may have been Dedman behind them. I don't know if Dedman had any contact with a 2-car. He definitely did. That's going to be our second Team Hart Motorsports yellow flag of the night. The J-Max Strong Instant Replay. Going to show just that. And that was good old-fashioned dirt track racing there. Jordan slowing up, throwing up the racetrack just in front of Dylan Hauser. Now, Dylan had two choices. Either turn or be turned. Or yeet or be yeeted. I guess he got yeeted.
Yeah, it was a rather interesting replay there, Phil. Just watching what was going on there. And just good old hard racing, I do believe. Just good old hard racing.
How do you guys call that out there watching tonight via Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch? That was good hard racing. I knew watching Jordan and Dylan getting after it back there for fifth. I figured the cameras are on, the lights are on. The best of the best are racing live tonight on the network of the best of the best here on Full Velocity. It was time to go at it, but we're going to stack them up, restack and repack. Todd would say we are past 50 laps in, 52 going to be complete in this Delaware double fire restart. It may be a big advantage for a guy like Evans Say, who will be the car as we get one to go. He's going to lead us back to our IRacingIflag.com green flag. Gloves are off, dude. It's time to get after it.
You know, Phil, I was introduced to this Delaware double file restart in the great state of Delaware, actually.
Imagine that.
For the very first time. Never, ever seen it before. I was down in Delamar, Delaware International Speedway. Right after a Dover race, I went down there to watch one of their races, and I seen Delaware double file, and I asked one of the fans, I go, what the heck is that? I've never seen that in New York. And they politely explained to me Delaware double file. As the IRacingIflag green flag comes out.
That's a great insight right there. I can't believe you discovered Delaware double file restarts in Delaware of all places. Love it. That's the insight we get from Todd and Phil here on the Full Velocity Race Network. Sagan to lead it back. Dylan Wilson racing to go right out for third. Here comes Davin Cardwell. Jordan Casey's number 42. Little room down low. We got a couple of cars together.
Yeah, Davin Cardwell wrestling there with the number 21 of Dylan Wilson getting into the back. Slide job by the number 96. Of Cardwell, but the 21 fires back down to the inside, side by side, moves him into the second. Here comes Jordan Casey, a battle for the third spot, almost three wide for second.
3 wide for second. Casey, is he going to slide up? Can he clear him? Nope, can't clear either of them. Wilson going to fire back in the outside lane. Davin Cardwell in the middle. Let's go 3 deep. It's going to be Dylan Wilson. He'll grab second. Here comes, they're back 3 wide.
Back 3 wide, the 96 and Davin Cardwell. The Cardwell sandwich right now between two D1RT guys. The 42 of Jordan Casey on the bottom, the 21 on the outside. And that is Dylan Wilson. Put Jordan Casey to second, but Wilson fighting back. Cardwell gets loose.
Cardwell gets really loose, and he may fall back to the likes of Virgil Graham. That's going to be racing on for the fifth spot. 42 of Graham going to go down to the bottom. Ken Davin Cardwell regroup. We're going to go out for third. Jordan Casey and Dylan Wilson, they continue to slug it out there. Evans Say continuing to lead us. We're down on laps, Todd. We're getting 2 to go next time by.
Yeah, 2 to go, and Evans Say just checked out on this battle here, Phil. Good wise. Oh, Davin Cardwell drives it in deep and hard, sending the 21 around in a knot. Upside down goes Dylan Wilson, and I don't think Davin Cardwell lifted at all there, Phil,
no,
through that corner. Usually trying to use him as that old terminology, Phil. 8 tires turn better than 4, and he used it. He used up all that number 21.
Somebody have a bulldozer or a plow or something. That was tough. I don't know. I'm not a dirt guy, Todd. I know sometimes that, definitely 8 tires. We know that in asphalt. 8 tires are better than 4. I think he could have lifted a little.
Yeah, I think so too. But we'll leave that up to the admins to determine everything like that. We don't make calls like that. We just call it like we see it out there. And yeah, definitely Davin Cardwell coming in there hot and heavy. And man, making a guardrail out of that number 21 machine, that beautifully prepared number 21 of Dylan Wilson, and Wilson goes upside down on the front straightaway. So again, that's going to change everything again, as we're going to have a green, a white checkered, and we have some new players in the game.
We certainly do. We slow it on down. Evan Say is going to continue on to lead. Now it's Jordan Casey, the number 42. He is up to second. Virgil Graham's number 42 will currently run third. Now Mason Crawford and Austin Carr are going to be up in the ranks of the top 5. Sixth, we find Kevin Dedman. Tyler Ducharme will run 7th, 8th for Cliff Driscoll. J.D. Brown in a great run tonight for Gavin Collins aboard the number 1 car. Gavin up into the top 10.
Yeah, good run for Gavin Collins. I know he's been doing fantastic. I've seen a couple of different flyers. He's won a couple of races. I pay attention to that team too, Phil. As they got our logos on their car too, but definitely good. Gavin Collins from up in the area where I'm from. He's it's interesting to see him up at Thunder Mountain Speedway. So it's good to see him up there too.
All right, so just seems to always follow over here, some kind of drama and something going on at Team VLR as we go back under the green flag. Single file restart this time. They're questioning it, but it's under 5 laps remaining, and they are getting after it. They are rim riding, they are banging doors. Evan Say will lead them off 4.
Yeah, a lot of banging going on there, Phil, as they come down into turn number 3. It is Evan Say. He hits the wall a tad bit. Don't let up too much. The 42, Jordan Casey, starting to track him down here. 1 lap remaining here at the very first race at Eldora Speedway.
One more trip around. They're off to number 2 for the final time. Car number 33. Evan Say is in turn number 3 and 4. Jordan Casey going to throw it low one more time. Not going to be enough. The big winner tonight going to be car number 33, Evan Say, as I lose everything right here. Jordan Casey for 2. Virgil Graham, Austin Carr, Tyler Ducharme, the number 9. He'll sneak into a top 5 finish.
Yeah, Carr and Virgil Graham, .0027. The difference between them at the line, what a great race for those two. As I was watching those guys go at it towards the line there, Austin Carr and Virgil Graham, and guys just down there destroying their cars after a very hard fall race, and definitely good to see them out there. The nine car of, I just can't believe Tyler Ducharme's car there, watching that car go around the track. But Evan Say, your big winner here tonight, the VLR Throwback race at Eldora Speedway. And definitely a fantastic showing for him and leading 62 laps into overtime here tonight, Phil, on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Man, what a race.
What a race. It was great. We are going to hopefully talk to our entire top 3 next on the post-race show, presented by BladeNode.com. We'll hope you'll join us as well on the other side live on your source for esports racing. All right, back here live on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network post-race show presented by BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. You need a web host for your great website. How about a VPS server? Well, how about big time? Go with a dedicated server. Look no further than your friends at BladeNode.com. Use promo code BLADE10. Get 10% off your first monthly subscription. Once again, BladeNode.com to sponsor the post-race show. We'll throw it down to victory lane here in just a second and talk to tonight's big winner here at the Eldora Speedway. That, of course, the driver of car number 33, Evan Say, second to Jordan Casey. And our third-place finisher here tonight with car number 42, Virgil Graham. Virgil, a heck of a run for you. And to mix it up with some of the best of the best. Started with a good top 10 spot. You finish up third after 60-plus. very action-packed lap, Spud. Tell us about your race car.
Yeah, I can't complain. Car was good. I had some wheel issues that I've been dealing with lately. I just haven't had the laps. I haven't been on enough to really figure it out. And I was on a real slick track probably about a week ago, and I was just like, these cars aren't this bad. Something's up. And so I started messing with my wheel settings, and essentially I had it too touchy. Something was goofy with it. So I got those fixed up over the weekend, and then ran a race or two this week. And I can't complain because there was about 100 guys. It took time. I got on it 7:45, jumped in, maybe ran 20 practice laps. The new baby just, we've got a youngin' now, and so that makes it tough to get on here and do a lot of time racing and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, and then come feature time, I loaded up a new set, and it just rolled. I mean, I ran 12 gallons. I was worried quite a while that I was going to run out, but I mean, I was maybe half throttle for most of that race, and it worked out. There was a cushion in 3 and 4 that you had to kind of bounce off of and then drive it down off, which that type of track lends to my style. If that would have been a ring around the top, I'd have fallen like a lead balloon. So happy with it. I can't complain.
Can't complain at all. That was kind of where my next question was going. Now, outside lane all night long at Eldora always seems a place to be. That long green flag run we had, it was like 30-plus green flag laps. That was awesome to watch. As cars started to fall off, your car seemed to be getting better and better. You picked up some time on the guys in front of you. I mean, are you happy that late race yellow came out, stacked you guys back together? Or I think you may have had potentially a top 3 car if that thing stayed green.
Yeah, honestly, I think I was faster than Cardwell. I think I was faster than Wilson, but I put 12 gallons in, not really thinking. I don't do it enough anymore, and so I was real worried about running out. So I kind of was just rolling it. Every once in a while, I'd just go and throw it in, maybe a little bit deeper, catch a little bit more cushion, and I was able to shave a tenth, shave 2/10. But I was just too worried about sticking that in there every time like that, and those extra RPMs, and then losing that extra gas. So I just had to roll it. If it would have gone green the whole time, I would have been in trouble. So I was happy with the yellow, but it's a curse too, because then you stack everybody up, and all that gap that you've created is gone, and you've got guys behind you that are accustomed to being in the front, and they'll do anything to get up there. And so you're playing defense just as much as offense.
That is a politically correct answer to that question right there with that last comment. I give you a kudos for that, man. But Virgil, terrific job tonight, bud. Congratulations on the new addition to the household. I know that makes things awfully tedious for you racers out there, but hell of a job tonight. 3rd place finish. Let me give you the mic one more time and thank all the great people that support you, your race team, family, whoever's out there want to say hello to you, buddy. The floor is all yours.
Yeah, thanks to you guys. Everything you do in the booth. Thanks to Team VLR in this series that they're doing. The track worked out good. I want to do a shout out to the paint job I'm running. That's a Dick Barton throwback car, one of my childhood fan favorites or whatever. I just wanted to shout out to that he ran at State Line Raceway, McKean County Raceway, for many years and had many wins. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks.
All right, there he is, folks. Car number 42, Virgil Graham, going to get 3rd place run here tonight at the Eldora Speedway. We'll let him go and run down here and see if we can catch up tonight's 2nd place finisher. Give me a second here to get this thing all figured out. There we go. Let's work down here and talk to our 2nd place finisher, number 42 in his own right, Jordan Casey. Another top 3 run on the Full Velocity Racing Network, man. Some late race drama from 18th to 2nd in the main event. That's a night of work. Well done, bud. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know. I just tried to stay clean there that first half part of the race, well, pretty much all the race, but I ended up getting like 4x, and then I think that took some speed out of the car. Otherwise, I think I would have had something for Evan there at the end. But good win to him, and good job to Virgil.
I'll tell you what, for a track like Eldora that always seems to be a topside dominant track recently here in iRacing, especially these high-powered super late model cars, your car has some speed and some grip working down low where other cars didn't. Is that a testament to a team behind you to help these cars get set up, or did you just find something there with a line that really helped you out?
This is an older Fox setup that I worked on today in an Eldora server, and so credit to Dylan Fox on this one. Just had dig wherever I put it, so it was kind of easy to pass. And then I just tried to take my time. And I knew I was faster in most of the field, but got lucky, stayed out of some wrecks, and ended up 2nd. I'll take it.
Absolutely. You keep your nose clean all night long. You come from position 18. You get a second place run here tonight in Eldora on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Jordan, let me give you the mic one more time. I know you guys have a big group of guys behind it, put so many hours into making these race cars, or laps in the setups, or practice time, or just to lean on for support, buddy. So I'll give you the mic one more time. Give that great crew behind you a big shout out.
Yeah, everybody at D1RT that helps out, and Fox for the setup, obviously tonight. Eddie Livingston for bringing me on. Howard made this paint it's my dad's 1998 paint, so that's pretty cool. But you guys for broadcasting, and Howard, who else? Garrett and KT for putting on the show tonight. It was good.
It was really good indeed, folks. So here he is from trackside, the driver of number 42, Jordan Casey, with a second place run. I'm going to tell you what, Todd, a throwback scheme to 1998 makes me a little bit squeamish. Am I really getting that old to think throwback schemes are happening from the years after I graduated high school? I'm really throwing back on this one as we throw it to victory lane.
I was still in high school.
User was moved out of your channel.
Children, I tell you, you guys are. But let me throw it down to you. BladeNote.com, victory lane. I believe you've got tonight's big winner, Evan Say.
Yeah, down here in BladeNote.com, victory lane with the driver, the number 33, Evan Zay, who led 62 laps here tonight. Dominating fashion for you tonight, Evan. You had a fantastic car out there. Tell us about it.
Oh, yeah, it was really just came down to car. We had a good car all night, and in the race, I just kind of tried something with the setup there, and I felt good in the warm-up, so I just stuck with it. And, I knew if I could get out in the lead and just, choose where I wanted to be on the track, I could kind of hopefully pull out to advantage. And we had a pretty long green flag run there, and I was able to pull out to a pretty good lead and just take my time and not make any mistakes. That was the biggest thing.
Yeah, definitely a great race here tonight for you here. Like you said, you were pretty smooth out there. We were watching you lap after lap on that green flag run, Evan, and it was a fantastic race behind you. You didn't get to see much of it. Sometimes you were 4 seconds out there. That last yellow flag, though, closed the gap a little bit there, Evan. Were you a little bit worried with those guys, how good they were racing behind you?
Yeah, I mean, you never know. You hope that, you'll be race clean. But you never know. Someone might decide to throw a slider going off in a turn one on a restart, and that can always change things up a bit. But I mean, for most part, everybody raced pretty clean up front from what I've seen at least. I mean, we only had like 2 or 3 cautions, I think. So for 60 laps out of door, it's a pretty good race, I thought.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic race here, especially for the viewers out there watching here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, Evan. But tell us a little bit about your throwback car here tonight. Asking about it, I got a little bit of a hindsight on it, but tell us a little bit about your throwback car.
Oh yeah, I just seen, everybody was throwing it back to a bunch of famous late model drivers from the past and their paint schemes, so I decided to do something a little bit different and throw it back to when my dad used to race karts still in the mid-2000s, and he had purple flames on his cart, and I always thought it was a pretty cool paint scheme. So had Jim Emery at Superman Graphics making that throwback paint for me, and I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good down here at BladeNote.com, victory lane too, Evan. But I'll give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. You can thank whoever you'd like to thank here this evening.
Yeah, I just want to thank all the guys at Team VLR and for putting on this series, and thank y'all for broadcasting it. And I got to thank Kevin Dedman, Dirty Grass Soul, Capron Screen Printing, IRacingIflag, and Captain Ben Morgan and Jim Emery at Superman Graphics for doing all the paints. He does a good job. Thank y'all.
All right, thank you very much, Evan, for the big W here tonight and the interview and the time for the interview down here. I'll let you go enjoy this one. Next week, going to be another one, so we'll see what you have next week. You're going to be able to double this down, Evan? Try?
Yeah, I really like the tracks on the schedule. They're all pretty racy tracks, and most of them tend to not go one lane. You can move around a little bit, so we'll see. You just got to make it out of that first qualifying server, and, anything can happen.
Definitely anything can happen. 100+ cars here trying to qualify for this event tonight. Thank you to Evan C. down here picking up the victory here in that driver, the number 33 machine, Phil. Definitely a great race here at Eldora. And everything that's been going on here tonight, man, there was a lot to get to the A main here this evening. Man, it just tough. It's tough to qualify in one of those servers. There was like 59 cars in each server. There was a ton of cars there, and you had to qualify the top 18. I know there was a B-main going on tonight while this race was going to lock in 4 guys to next week. But there's still going to be some guys to be locked in this coming week. So we'll see what's going to happen here in the qualifying servers next week. And, man, I know you're not going to be here, but hopefully you tune in because it's going to be a barn burner.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I'm done off the air next week, we got 2 races left with the East West Promotions Modified Tour. Then I'll be back here for a couple of weeks here before they pick back up again. But yeah, it was great to be here in Eldora tonight. Always a pleasure to go over here and hang out with you, be at Team VLR with a lot of these guys, some of the best racing we can find. And there's characters everywhere. You look out in chat, we got many. You got so many guys helping us out with insight with these throwback cars. You got the drama and all the stuff that happens on the racetrack with some of these guys. There's a lot of really, really top-notch drivers that come over here. A lot of big egos, great racing, sometimes some hurt feelings. It's all part of what makes Team VLR great. I'll look forward to coming back here. So for a couple of weeks, Todd, this will be all yours, but I'll definitely miss my partner Thursday nights. This will always be a good time.
Yeah, definitely always going to be a good time. Got to thank all of our guys out there, star donations here tonight. And most importantly, got to thank Milner Designs and Production and media and all kinds of different things that he does. I like to say production, media, designs because
There's no production in there.
No, there is production. He does a lot of production in videos. So he don't understand that, Phil. So that's why I say production, designs, and media because he does it all. He really does.
Well, we'll get Tubbs to change the company card right there. That's a good idea. So, Tubbs, you're out there watching, dude. It's not Todd Slaughter. Yeah, he does it all. He's a man of all trades and some badass paints coming out of Milner as well. So, thanks to Tubbs Holds work. Thank Jeff Brown at IRacingIflag. Got to thank them. Got to thank Team VLR, of course, KT and the gang doing an awesome job. Howard Weaver, I believe Garrett was up there tonight in the booth as well. The admins, great job by all of them. Thanks to all you guys tuning in. Thank our great sponsors here one last time. Team Hard Motorsports, IRacingIflag.com, Boyles Trucking, J-Max Journeys, BladeNo.com, the South Texas Speedway, Milner Media and Design, of course, Sheffield Graphics Official Onboard, Trash Panda Graphics, 3D Racing, JP Designs, the Pit Pass by Katie Dugas, of course, Cyber Thunder Racing League, iRacing Dirt Painters, and the TDR Racing League. For Todd Stanton, Jack Truin, Ron Piles, the rest of the gang here at the Full Velocity Racing Network, there's many cast characters, believe me. Phil and Cass here are going to sign off. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here live league Saturday night. We got a good show coming up. Well, of course, big show, TDR Racing League, NR 2003, Daytona 200, presented by BladeNo.com. I hope you'll be there as well. Todd will be there, Jack will be there, and my blind butt will be even fine behind myself. You believe it, Todd? Phil on the Full Velocity Racing behind the wheel. I hope you guys are there Saturday night. It'll be fun.
Definitely going to be a blast of a time, and cannot wait for Saturday night to see you behind the wheel and see how many wrecks you're involved in on
12.
Daytona. 12 wrecks. We're gonna call 20 cautions that night, Phil. 20.
Oh,
How many wrecks? Clauses, you mean?
that's not nice. We only get 2 over there. But hey, we'll talk about that all night. Sam and Todd and Jack will be there. I hope you'll be there too, live on your source for esports net racing. Good night, everybody, from the Eldora Speedway, and enjoy the rest of your week.
Good night.